Okay, General Manager Luke Garrard, after a 1-0 home defeat to Barnet, obviously I imagine it hurts a derby loss. Can we just get your initial reaction to this?
Beaten by the better side. I think that they were dominant in the territory, dominant in 1v1 duels. They go 1v1 at the back and they allow to create overloads in wide areas, which I felt they did. I genuinely felt that we had the best chance of the game in the second half prior to them scoring. Limited them to very little, but again, I can't argue that they've come here and performed in the way they performed and taken the win. Hugely frustrating. It wasn't a lack of heart, it wasn't a lack of desire, it's just they were better. They were better, and they bring on Callum Stead, they bring on Idris Kanu, they bring on Marvin later on stages of the game, and it affects us, and changes allow them to take a foothold in the game. So yeah, overriding the emotion at the minute, frustration.
Yeah, and I imagine it's more frustrating when it brings force with the injuries, losing, already going into the day with a better squad, and then losing Kwesi and Jamal. Have you ever known an injury crisis quite like the one?
I haven't, and the word crisis is easy to chuck out, but I genuinely think it is a crisis. You look at Jamal Fifield is going to be 4 to 6 weeks probably. Kwesi is probably going to be 6 to 8 weeks with a hamstring. We have 13 recognised players with Billy Sass-Davies and Timmy Abraham on the bench. To lose 2 in game, again, it's crazy. I don't know what to suggest what it is. We'll have to look internally to sort of our loads. The issue you got is we probably don't want to play Kwesi the amount of minutes he's playing. And you're having to wheel out the same team week after week, because we are, prior to today, having 7 injuries, and then it's the 8th is Kwesi, then the 9th is Jamal Fifield. Yeah, it's mental. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what it looks like for York next week. Chairman done class for us to go and get in Billy Sass-Davies and Regan Griffiths, but you look at them, they're playing 23s football, and it's like a baptism of fire for them to go into a derby today, and it's unforgiving. So yeah, we've got to cater our week for sure. Young Liam Miller, fantastic that he's come in and made his competitive debut for the club. But no disrespect to Liam, it's not where we wanted to be with 7 games in. We had a squad and a recruited personnel to ensure that we had enough bodies to change games, to effect games, to utilise personnel throughout the games, and that's not been the case.
Yeah, are you still confident in the group that you've got in the squad that you can turn this poor form around?
We're going to need to. It's not... no punches hold. We need to ensure that we stick together. I just went in there and had a chat, or not a chat, Chairman done a talk with Bushy and Nathan Ashmore, and he's saying we are currently in a rut and we need to make sure we all stick together. This is exactly the message I said to the group. We're in the thick of it. Is the injuries a key factor to it? I think it plays a part. I have to say, there's, with them two now, you look at 6 or 7 that would start the season for us. I can't question heart, I can't question desire today, I can't question gutless, which was the overriding emotion at Oxford City, but they're just a better team than us today. I hold my hands up, they were a better team. They play their system and shape really, really well. And yeah, at the minute they're flying, and we're not, and we need to ensure that we do stick together. We need to ensure that we come out fighting. We're backed into a corner, make sure you come out swinging.
It is now 3 games without a goal. Is that another cause of concern for you?
Yeah, I think Wheelo's got to score. I questioned him as I'm walking over to do the huddle. I think he has to score, and they're big moments in games like this. Then Bushy obviously gets a half chance at the back post on a set piece. The difference is their ball in was probably better inside the posts, and the intent and drive from Oluwu goes and gets them their goal. Yeah, listen, there's a lot of concerns. I'm not saying that it's not a crisis in terms of that, but I've got to look at what we've got available. What's looking likely going to be travelling up York on Saturday. That's the frustration. I said it before, I can't keep asking the chairman to keep just spending money. That's not on. I've got a group there that we've still got a squad of 20 odd players. It's just that we currently got 9 injuries. And Timmy's playing with a big busted boil on his bum at the minute, and yeah, it's hard. And you look at Coxey limping, you look at Femi with his hamstring. I've never seen it like it. I've never been involved in it as a player. I've never been involved in it as a manager. It is a little bit foreign to me to have that amount of injuries, and there's personnel in that group that we knew with a history of injuries, but to have the likes of Payne, who played 54 games last year, Mo's played every game in the last 2 seasons. It's just we need to stick together, remain as positive as we possibly can, because it is hurt. I am hurting. We just need to make sure that we're sticking together as a group, as a club, as staff, as players to build on it. And it's a great test for me now. Great test to see where I'm at with regards to recruitment, managing, and ensuring that we get ourselves out of this.